Hey everyone, it's Heather with H Studio Creations, and today I'm going to show you how I made this rhinestone sticky note and pen holder. I will link all my supplies down below in the description box, as well as any discount codes you may use to purchase through. So to start, I am just sanding my acrylic bling. I'm just using a nail filer just to buff out the surface area a bit. And then I'm just wiping with a baby wipe just to clean that up. And since it is an acrylic blank, you don't want to use anything like acetone that will eat away at the acrylic blank. You just want to use anything like water, soap, or a baby wipe. And the cut files come with the purchase of the acrylic blank. So all I did was take my leopard print and I sized it for the sides of the acrylic file that came with it. And I cut it with my Cricut. So here I'm just weeding out my leopard print here and then putting a piece of transfer tape on top and then applying that onto the acrylic blank. And then I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and cutting off any sort of excess space that isn't needed there, like where the sticky note holder goes or into the pen holder, and removing the transfer tape here. And there was some vinyl still left over, so I just took my X-Acto knife and scraped along and cut off the excess on the sides there. So I'm just taking my lighter pink vinyl for the bottom portion and just applying that again and removing transfer tape. And I'm using Gorilla Glue. It is the gel formula one to glue my two pieces of acrylic together. So I flipped the top portion over and just put little dots of the Gorilla Glue all around. And I just wanted to make sure that it was really tiny little dots so that way when I put them together, the glue doesn't seep out the side. So when you're ready, go ahead and flip it over. And you will want to push it down a little. You want to make sure it's aligned so that way once it's dried and glued together, it's pretty stuck there. So make sure that it's aligned so that way you don't have any problems. And I did use the Bob Smith 30-minute epoxy here as well for the glue for my rhinestones. So I'm just giving again a light sand of the vinyl with the nail buffer here. And I worked in really small sections on this here. I applied a little bit of the epoxy to one little section and then worked with both colors, my bright rose neon rhinestones as well as the crystal AB rhinestones. And working with both the rhinestone colors at the same time, I find you can kind of maneuver them together so you can move them around a little, make them fit nicely into each other. Whereas if I would have done all the pink rhinestones in the leopard spots and let that dry and then go in with the crystal AB, the pink wouldn't have budged at all and it would have been harder to maneuver the crystal AB in. So I find working with both colors in smaller sections at the same time just works a whole lot better. And with this one here, I also wanted to make sure that when working around the edges, I made sure that the rhinestones were within the surface area of the acrylic blank and weren't falling over. And while working on this portion here is really tiny and a skinny surface area, so I wanted to be very careful that the epoxy didn't pool over into the pen holder at the bottom there. So just really thin layer and just spreading it around very thinly. And again, making sure that the rhinestones weren't falling over the surface area and were within the lines of that top acrylic blank. And yeah, that's how it turned out. So thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel and happy crafting.